October 2nd, 1992. On this day, 111 prisoners lost their lives in what became Brazil's deadliest prison riot. What truly happened inside the walls of the Carandiru Penitentiary? The official story is one thing, but the chilling testimonies of survivors tell a much darker tale. Stick with me to uncover the full story. And if you find this kind of deep dive history compelling, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss our next investigation. It all started with a simple argument over a game of football in Pavilion 9, the section for first-time offenders. Tensions, which had been simmering for months due to extreme overcrowding and inhumane conditions, finally boiled over. A fight between two prisoners escalated into a full-blown riot. The inmates took control of the pavilion, armed with whatever they could find. They were protesting the squalor, the lack of medical care, and the sheer desperation of their existence. They never imagined the response they were about to face. The São Paulo military police were called in. Over 300 heavily armed officers prepared to storm the prison. The state's Secretary of Public Security gave the order to retake the pavilion, a decision that would later be heavily scrutinized. The prisoners had reportedly signaled a willingness to surrender, waving a white flag made from a t-shirt. But their pleas were ignored. What followed was not a negotiation or an attempt to de-escalate. It was a full-scale assault. Survivors later described a scene of absolute terror. They claimed police fired indiscriminately, even at those who were surrendering with their hands up or hiding in their cells. The official report stated that 102 of the 111 prisoners were killed by gunshots. The remaining 9 were killed with makeshift weapons. The most shocking part? Not a single police officer was killed. Autopsies revealed that many prisoners had been shot multiple times, often in the head and chest, suggesting executions rather than a suppression of a riot. The aftermath sparked international outrage and brought a harsh spotlight onto Brazil's prison system. The commander of the operation, Colonel Uberatan Guimarães, was initially sentenced to 632 years in prison for his role, but he was later acquitted. The case dragged through the courts for decades, with convictions being overturned and justice feeling elusive for the victims' families. The Carandiru massacre remains a dark chapter in Brazil's history, a tragic reminder of the consequences when institutional power is unleashed without restraint. The prison itself was eventually demolished in 2002, but the memory of that day lives on. Thank you for watching this important story. If you learned something today, please like this video and share it to keep the conversation going. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more historical deep dives. See you in the next one.